heroes better. I think that hero is a little bit interesting.
Axe was one of the unplayed heroes.
That's an SRF hero.
Still,
That's a Pugna. That's a Topson Pugna.
Oh, and that is a counter to the Axe.
Indeed it is.
And Nether Ward against Lina doesn't feel good.
So for people that don't understand, you just can't attack Axe.
Yeah, you just decrepify the Axe. Maybe you decrepify the ally who's being called. Just depends on the situation. But then it's also, he's a stationary target that allows you just to be able to life drain.
Yeah.
Like he's just a big, dumb red target for you to just drop everything on.
So I postulate, who do you think has the better draft? If you look at it, OG versus IG, and then I'll tell you my thoughts.
Okay.
Take your time.
I mean, it's hard to say no to Wish Gyrocopter, but I actually think that there's kind of a reason that Axe is not really being picked up. I was playing a lot of Axe prior to this tournament. I felt like he really wasn't that game winner.
Oh,
I'm going to go OG, but it's not by much.
okay.
I do think that the Axe is, like, they needed some sort of initiating disable. It's good versus Morphling. It's just so bad versus Centaur and Pugna.
Oh my god, that scared me.
Yeah. The party horn?
Yeah, I just actually...
All right, I know everybody's having their freak out about muting the players and all that stuff, but I do wish I could at least get rid of the sounds.
Yeah, me too. Well, thanks for taking that one for us, Lumi. Anyways, I think personally, maybe...
Poor Lumi.
I think maybe IG has... I feel like this Wish Gyro is going to be really good.
Their lineup is a lot simpler, right?
Yeah.
It just feels easy to execute.
Because I think that it's really hard for OG to start fights unless the Centaur has a sick game. So maybe they do some kind of weird... their lane has to win. The Centaur lane has to have... He has to get a Blink Dagger at a reasonable time. Otherwise, things are pretty rough. Get in the game.
The drums hype you up for the OG versus IG game number 1.
Let's
they
go.
gave away the Gyrocopter Wiz combination, and we'll see if OG's strategy will actually correctly counter that or not.
You know what I realized too? It's like, never mind. I'm beating it to death now. Let's move on.
Okay.
We talk about the game. This isn't my personal stream. This is TI8. Millions are being played. Wait. Yeah, millions are being played for.
I wonder how much just getting upper bracket gets you.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
What does that confirm for you? Top 10 or something? Is that what it is? Let me look at it.
I don't think so.
Is
it as much as top 10 from upper bracket?
Top 12, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's...
It gets you, well, top 12 gets you a guaranteed, let me tell you this, drop this number on you, $368,000.
Damn!
And by the end of TI, that'll be $40 more after Valve's cut.
That's...
Buy more compendiums, guys.
All right. I'm not going to go into that conversation. We'll have that one another day. But we are going to have the Wiz Gyrocopter pushed away from the bounty runes. IG obviously know this coming the way that they've controlled the bottom lane. Both teams know that the enemy team is invading, and there's nothing the carries can do but watch. Oh, look at that. That is cute. That is some team. Oh, Jarex does manage to get the bounty rune, but he's going to take a lot of damage in return. Aggressive. Tries to get the kill, but now is a little bit scared. Getting close to the Centaur.
So remember how I said that they need to secure this guy's lane?
Yeah.
So they've got 3 heroes up here.
But they're not doing a very good job of it if Jarex is going to start
Noto's
like
going to TP now.
3 tangos.
Yeah, that was rough.
Did you see the OG graffiti? That is teamwork right there. Oh, you don't see it on yours.
I saw it. I saw all 4.
I like that.
Oh, that's boss.
That's teamwork and camaraderie. That's a good way to start the game.
That's that we care more than you do.
We're just naturally more coordinated outside of the game.
Yeah. So I will say something that people should realize is what people say about TI is you just don't give a shit that it's TI. So spam your taunts, your emojis. I know it's easy to hate on Seb because he chats and shit like that, but you need to not care is what every TI player has told me. Like you can't treat
that's
this...
what you need to try to do.
Yes.
Right.
it's harder. It's harder than
it sounds.
Because of course you're going to think about the money and the prestige and all that, but you have to just think of this as any other tournament.
Yeah.
That may just happen to change your life and your career and your future.
Oh, bottom lane is actually going to be the first kill. They managed to kill Ana.
I told you, man, that Rubik counter.
All right. And SRF is just going to be able to cut the creep wave. So what happened? He just got fade bolted? He was just a little bit too low, got fade bolted? The hell? That was not supposed to happen.
It's actually really nice to play Rubik against Morph.
Yeah.
Although I feel like Ana
you get to steal waveform as well. That always feels good.
Oh, no tail.
No tail. Ooh, this is not a great idea to try and contest this one. It looks like he should end up dying here as the Axe is going to be able to run him down. Now Ana's going to try and go for the kill on Q. He tried a cute little juke through this middle part of the trees, but Ana still gets him in the end. But he's missing out on CS while he does that, while the Axe just keeps on cutting creep waves. Double stout shield. We made a small note of this earlier. Mushi tried this build on his ranged Necrophos hero.
That was crazy.
That did not work out as well. In part because he also didn't meet the Furion.
Look at SRF. He's such a boss.
Yeah, he keeps on drawing the creeps. Aggro just keeps on right-clicking on No Tail, and then he'll just take these satyrs if necessary.
If necessary, he wants them.
Yeah, he wants that extra farm.
This is how you get ahead of the Morphling, who should likely get most of the CS here too, because he just has such high base damage. Like
unless a Rubik keeps coming in and like fade bolts.
Oh, he's dead.
Once in a while. He is very dead. SRF, 2 levels of the spin, and he's been spinning a lot.
No, I feel like OG's lineup is just worse. I think that IG's, like I said, is just easier. Like you said, it's easier to execute.
Yeah.
And what I like about it is I feel like this gyro is just going to have a free game. I'm envisioning the fights, and I'm watching this BKB gyro in my head with Wisp tethering him, just hit everybody, and no one can touch him from OG's lineup. The only way that it doesn't happen like that is the Centaur, like I said, has to have an unbelievable game. So they're trying to dual lane for him. But IG correctly recognized that Silencer Morph is a terrible lane.
He has a Fairy Fire as well as a Healing Salve. Thompson pops it all now, but his Healing Salve gets canceled, and that's going to kill his lane either way. If he doesn't die here, it's still a ruined situation for him.
I feel like he almost should have just suicided.
Yeah.
He might even still die.
Yep. Still gets fade bolted. Still dies, so that's just going to be a lot of wasted time. Jerix does try and recover all of the CS that would have been wasted.
Yeah. That's why I felt like he should have just died. He would have saved, what, 20 seconds of that? 15 seconds?
No Tail, taking some flat cannon shots and trying to turn some damage onto Bobica. Does manage to land the stomp, but Seb does not have any levels in the double edge yet. Actually goes for a 2-0-1 build. Now No Tail's going to be run down by the ball as he's dead. Managed to kill the Healing Salve on his way out. That was put on Bobica, but it is 1-5 right now. IG just winning all the lanes.
So what was it that you saw that made you believe in OG's lineup? You just felt like free morph game? Because it is a pretty good morph game.
I just thought that Morphling would just eventually out carry this team.
I think
IG's lineup is easier to play for sure.
Yeah.
It definitely can't afford too many mistakes, right?
I mean, I'm looking at this 4-minute Vanguard Axe. I think if we're just talking like as friends and stuff, I think what you should try to look for is like, how do you, because I feel like especially at TI, well, that thought is at top, Wisp,
because then No Tail's going to die, but Jerix may actually die as well. Managed to get the Shadow Realm off. Staying on top of Aggressive. Aggressive's going to stay on top of him. Does manage to get a pretty good Healing Salve out though, and Aggressive will give up on that kill.
Ooh. Yo, apparently they're seeing double sound, or there's terrible echo. So does that mean I turn off my thing?
I'm guessing so.
What, so I turn this off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Managed to get the call. SR off. Trying to go for the quick Culling Blade onto Annie, but he managed to strength morph just a little bit. And Seb is down here now. Level 3 Centaur. That's rough. So what? You were saying about breaking down drafts?
Oh, I had to fix this chat thing first. I got you, chat. Don't worry. Let's see. I think that what we should try to look for almost always is how do you start the fight and how easy is it for you to start the fight, rather than what lineup has like the better carrier or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because I think at TI you need to dumb it down as much as possible. You need to pick lineups that everyone can play, that no matter what happens, like it's very straightforward. And I feel like IG's is very straightforward.
Yeah.
Like this Axe game looks really free because the support duo looks pretty weak from OG.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you stop SRF from just doing that.
Thompson, or XXS rather, is going to get caught. Thompson sets it up for his two supports to finally rotate in mid. Took them a lot of time to be able to do so.
It's a 4K disadvantage already for OG. Then again, I will agree with you, and I think that this is a very good marketing too.
Yeah. And it's going to turn into a gyrocopter.
He looks so silly. He's a bee. Look at him.
Homing missile finally catches up to him. Then it hits the gyrocopter. The two supports finally get here.
It's the bee movie, Austin.
Arcane Couriers. Please no. Q is going to be here a little bit early. Tries to go for the body block so XXS can land the Laguna Blade. He's going to be able to take out Thompson.
Name a more iconic duo. Chinese mid players and Lina.
Yeah.
Aggressive. It harkens back to the times of, what was his name? Shiki?
Shiki, yeah.
Shiki Dota.
Laugh. That guy made a TI Grand Finals without being able to play Leshrac.
That guy was hilarious. I laughed because I remembered Sumail's tweet.
Yes, the disdain that he had for losing to Shiki.
Let me just...
Dark Willow, thinking they're going to be able to do something here. Well, they're going to kill a missile. That's 50 gold for Anna, I guess.
The tweet was, how can I possibly die to Shiki OMFG? It was such a funny tweet.
Yeah. 90 CS. This has got to be, I'm sure Nahaz is watching this cast right now and he's just losing his mind. I expect some sort of
Nahaz
before 10 minute.
Before 10 minutes, if an axe hits 94 CS exactly, there is an 85% chance repeating to win the game. I'm just kidding, Alan. I really do love you.
Alan got a little sun.
Did he?
Yeah.
Is he sunburned?
Yeah, he had vacation. Ooh, whoa, I missed that one. Apologies. Jarek skinks mid again. XXS. Okay, I hope we're not going to see like a repeat like Thompson Lina situation. Because he is dying an awful lot. He's getting ganked, and that's true, but...
I'm watching this Axe just have the freest game of his life, and no one's really touching him. Seb's going to have to pop his ulti here just to get away.
He's going to draw some creep aggro.
He should be able to TP.
Out.
Yo, he's gone. But this Axe almost has Blink Dagger, and once that happens, everyone is liable. Everyone's going to be put on notice here. As SRF is... I have not seen somebody take such advantage of a lane. He's making Axe somehow look like a hero in Dota 2, and that is impressive in itself.
SRF has definitely been one of the most promising newer players to the Chinese scene.
Yeah.
Him on any aggressive offlaners just looks really good.
As you said that, he missed the last hit on the tower.
Well, that would be your Blink Dagger, sir.
They're not. The thing is, this should be the time to gank him. But they're looking at this guy with 1,500 health and a magic stick.
He's so far forward, too. Oh, XXS. Ah, man, I got to check out this mid lane a little bit more. Thompson. Oh, nice LSA dodge. That was smart. The relocate was coming in. That's probably what behooved him to run the other direction. He's going to go for the kill on the Lina. He's going to kill him. Now, he's definitely dead. He's surrounded by far too many heroes, but he may actually be able... Oh, they had to get relocated back. XRF is coming in, but Thompson's just going to keep running at Q. No, he gives up on that one. He's got to try and get out of here. Give him the taunt, Thompson. Ah, that was sick.
Very well done by Thompson. Held his ground. Knew that he was going to win that fight.
Great read.
Oh,
when he's cutting off the Wisp?
Oh, this would be such a sick play. No. He's going to secure some bounty runes, though. The team will get the majority of them. That's 3 of them.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And he's going to find a regen so he can further harass mid.
Dude, I like this. OG's really getting into the taunt game. Seb was doing it while he took the bounty away from the Axe.
They should. Like we said, you want to play TI as if it's just any other tournament. And this is how you do it, by spamming taunts. That's what VP knows better than any other team.
Yeah.
Is just, it's all good. Have a good time.
We will be able to take that mid tower, Thompson. Tier 1 mid tower at 10 minutes. That's pretty much a mid Pugna specialty, which will free him up to be able to push in the lane and rotate to some of these side lanes. Anna.
All right. I just want to I'm going to take a look at the net worth because I don't have that up. Oh, that Axe is high.
Yeah.
I would like SRF to smoke up with Q.
Yeah, he's got to move out of this lane, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I
he
don't
should secure top lane for his gyro.
Oh, he might actually just run into Thompson here. Gets the call.
Nice call, XXS. Easy LSA. Pretty sure you don't even need the Laguna Blade, but he's going to throw it down anyway.
I feel like you should just throw it, just in case.
Just in case, like, the Centaur save comes in or something.
Yeah. Seb has his Blink Dagger too. So Seb's game is actually not terrible.
Yeah.
This is a much faster Blink than we anticipated, but it just depends on which offlaner is going to be able to do more with it. And so First Blood, or First Strike from the Axe, as aggressive, just has his buddy with him at all times. He's getting out-leveled terribly, though, as a result of this. He's only level 7. You see that aggressive is only level 7 versus the level 9 of Morphling, almost level 10.
He feels like his lane's being pressured a lot. This idea of moving the Morphling up to the top lane really fit them. The combination of, like, the Morphling just fits better against the Gyrocopter in this laning phase, and then also it got Seb so much farther.
I think there's a little bit of SRF focusing too much on his game now, but they are going to go for the smoke like I wanted them to do. You go to this top area, try to pick off one hero. You have vision too, so you should see Seb here in a second. And instead, it looks like they're just not sure. I feel like you commit to this top fight. You're going to run into Jarex here.
Jarex, Shadow Realm, and that's going to be taken out with the taunt. Jarex is dead as Q has stolen his own Shadow Realm. Puts in some good damage there.
If you almost always smoke to wards, like this ward right here, it's about to fade, but you know that nobody's here at bottom.
Yeah.
Now Thompson is, but you almost always want to smoke to your vision. So that's why I was confused for a second when they backed up, as if they weren't going to do that.
Oh, the relocate with the call. That's a beautiful setup. Thompson is going to try to crapify and heal off of SRF, but he is dead. I love this. SRF, like, he was a little bit slow, but he got his Blink Dagger, and now he's making moves all over the map. They are immediately going to run a top lane. They do manage to get a really good stop, but it misses out on the Gyrocopter. The Terrorize to follow it up, keeps the 2 supports controlled, as well as catches aggressive. He's going to be able to get the stun onto him. They need to be able to finish off Bulbgut, take out the healer before they kill the core, and that's exactly what they do. Aggressive is going to be slowed down. Seb catches him. That is a triple for OG, a double kill specifically for the support of Jarex.
What a stun by that Centaur. I feel like the Rubik knew that was happening. That's why he was waiting in the tree line.
Yeah.
He assumed OG is going to come back for this. They want some sort of rebuttal play, and he manages to just catch the Rubik at the edge of that stun. If not, then he gets lifted there, and they will survive.
Right.
Oh, man. That is a stun. That was a ravage.
Man, Centaur is...
The stun radius is so small, too. Actually, it's a lot bigger than I assumed.
It's the animation, right? Yes. That is so bad. Any instant stuns like the Rubik, but somehow Seb still managed to get it.
So they needed something like that, but they're still down 5K gold.
They don't have global for 60 seconds, but OG are instead just going to group up and try and
SRF
win
needs
with
to be
numbers.
Here. You want your strongest hero on the map. They're going to smoke up. I really like this play. If they cut in, the scary part is I don't think they have... Do they have vision here? No, they do not.
No.
So this smoke isn't going to feel very good. So they're going to go the safe way around. And I feel like OG just backs up. They should have some inkling that this is happening because nobody's pressuring bottom. Mid's not being pressured either.
Thompson is going to be called up. And,
oh, I feel like he should have been here.
No, absolutely. The moment you see the Gyrocopter Wisp, like, still kind of sticking around like that.
That brings me to a good point. That's why losing this mid tower is such a weird thing for IG, and why Puck, I think, hold that thought.
Nice call, SRF. Read his movements exactly.
I really feel like OG should be in this area. There's nothing for them to gain up here.
Yeah. You just want to force rotation so it creates more space for your Morphling.
If they back out there, they haven't lost their mid tower, so they can play on 2 sides of the map, and you'll out-farm IG.
Right.
If you read that smoke, which I feel like half the team did and half the team didn't, then you back up. IG is now forced into this one area, and it's hard for them to get out. But they might just find a kill here.
Good terrorize setup. That's going to be able to catch only the Gyrocopter, but not Bulbacup. But they're still going to go for the fast kill onto Bulbacup with all that magic damage. Still, Gyrocopter does end up falling. Bulbacup can't get out either. Q cannot possibly save him. Now they're going to be a little bit split. SRF tries to go win with the call, but the Centaur, now they're just going to be able to bring all their OG numbers. It's a 3 versus 5 fight that SRF started, and it ends with his death.
And SRF going in pretty much had to have assumed the entire team was there.
Dude, look at them. They're all tipping SRF. They knew that was a terrible play for him to try and start that.
SRF goes in there with his Blade Mail, confident as can be. I think he realized after half a beat, he's like, everyone's here. I don't know what I'm doing.
And it's not like calling a Pugna is good, but you also can't call anybody else because Pugna will counter you.
Yes. That was just an awkward fight. I feel like he felt the bloodlust for a second.
Yeah. He got the pounding in his ears, you know, and he was just
He felt
like,
it. He felt
kill,
it.
Kill.
It was the wrong thing to feel, but he felt it. Yeah, I feel when you're able to keep your mid tower alive like this and you don't lose it, which is why IG I feel like should play around this area, you just have more areas to farm. As you get to see, OG was able to make that play into the jungle like this because there's no mid tower.
Right.
When that mid tower exists, it's almost impossible to make that play, which is why you never see IG make that same play. They can't really smoke down and in. They always have to smoke up into their own jungle. There's no mistake about that. That's not random. It just gives you more opportunities. And that's why I felt like OG should have been there in the first place. But they kind of recover the play because SRF goes in and sort of just dies.
3K gold lead now, only for IG. XXS and SRF are down here in the enemy jungle. This is where you want them to play, right? When you were talking about where you think IG needs to be at.
Yes. You want to play.
You want them to push in and then try and cut into middle.
What I really want for them to do is take this mid tower.
Yeah.
The Gyro can just farm stacks, just keep hitting neutral creeps, while the rest of his team will just take engagements left and right. And XSS might just get gone on here as they are running at him. And that's why OG's doing a very good job. Before they can even get past that high ground, past this hill, someone's always there waiting.
They never let, free damage on their tower.
And that's why they're able to close this gap, because there's just more for them to farm. It's that bottom.
That's all right. They did not need that relocate. The Global Silence canceled it,
I think
but
that's fine.
it wasn't
Trading
needed.
Global for relocate?
Yeah.
You're going to be perfectly fine with that.
I mean, is Seb's life worth that much anymore? Once he gets his Blink Dagger, I feel like it's like the next step to be able to get Pipe and Aghanim Scepter. But
you want him to continue to scale is the thing.
yeah.
I think that Centaur is a hero like Tide Hunter, where you want this hero to continue to just have items. Otherwise, once you blink in, if you get lifted at all, you just sort of die. Like, this guy wants to be KB, he wants more items. But like I was saying, somebody from OG is always there before they try to broach that area. And that's why Jarex is just waiting. He's going to catch this wave as it comes in. And as long as they can keep this mid tower alive, regardless of how many pickoffs they get, because that was an okay pickoff, you see that IG still kind of, the gold lead is starting to go away for them.
This is interesting. Punkna is pretty okay for being able to help do Roshan. Life Drain is just like one of those high damage over time abilities. And Morphling, obviously, able to go to not quite full agility, but pretty high up there. They're going to sneak in a Roshan while still not really giving up any objectives. You can see IG, they're spread all over the map right now. Oh, they know where XXS is, and they're trying to run him over. These do manage to get the Stampede on top of him, slowing him down to hit the stun. That Sentry is in a great position. They saw him from the creep vision here as he entered into this area.
Very nice Roshni. SRF going to pressure this area, but they really wish this mid tower was gone. Like, that's what enables that Roshan fight too.
Yeah.
It just controls so much of the map.
I mean, you say that, like, IG wishes that tower was gone, but they don't really seem to be trying to make any moves to make that happen, you know? Like, they get that pick off in bottom lane on the Centaur, Global Silence is blown. I don't see them make a play for mid.
Q getting gone on Anna.
Happy little regen rune. It just, to me, it feels like IG's just being a little bit too content with sitting back and farming.
I think it's because they know that their 3 cores are still okay, but their supports are definitely not being enabled right now.
No tail. Smoke is going to pop, but SRF does manage to get the initiation on Anna, but the Terrorize forces him away. And now that Blade Mail is going to run out. Q kind of shows himself. He's got to be careful because SRF is definitely dead, and they shouldn't try and give any extra kills. Actually, the Stampede, the extra move with speed. He managed to get the global silence off. No tail survives, gets an arcane curse onto Lina. They're going to try and run him down still, but he is a super fast hero with phase boots and Yules, so he will get out.
Yeah. IG is just too content with taking these weird 3-on engagements when they don't see half the heroes from OG, and OG are so quick to respond. It's only really their bottom area that's pressurable because they've still kept alive this tier 1 and they've kept alive this tier 1.
Yeah.
They don't even deny this mid tier 1 because of what it can do for them. It's 21 minutes into the game. It's one of the furthest times that I've seen this tower just survive.
Yeah.
I feel like this should have been a much easier game for IG than it is right now. Now it's just complicated.
I mean, you've still got Axe at 10k net worth, but it doesn't really compare to now the Morphling, who's sitting at almost 10k as well, has an Aegis. And OG's going to utilize this Aegis to get themselves a bunch of objective gold that's still out there on the map. They're going to go for this tier 1 off lane first.
I think what's happening here, Cap, is that they're way too okay with the relocate play.
Yeah.
But the silencer just counters it, so they're never in those fights. Maybe if you get the blink call and you can relocate in, that's an okay fight. But you've got to come in so preemptively.
They've got 40
BKB,
seconds until global silence is back up. They're going to go for a deep smoke wraparound here.
They should take this fight. This is a good fight to take.
Might be able to catch Anna. This is a perfect opportunity. Managed to get the call barely. Gets the blade mail off. He's already morphing into strength, though, and this is just going to go wrong. They do manage to get the relocate in. They're going to try and blow up the Wisp. BKB activated by aggressive, but he just doesn't seem to do enough damage to really threaten OG as they just stampede, run themselves away. Good TP out. Anna finally loses his Aegis, but now with the Lina already dead, he's going to go on to Q up next with no BKB and aggressive. He is completely exposed to the magic damage of Seb. Managed to blow him up with that one. Q will eventually die here as well, no matter how much he tries to morph strength. IG lose 4 and a fight that they started.
Oh boy, the decision to go for the Aegis Morphling.
Yes.
Then the Wisp's position is so awkward. He's just in the middle of everyone, dies in half a second. Then the gyrocopter is so bad at that point. If you don't have your Wisp partner, you're gonna die.
I mean, with your hard initiation, going on to an Aegis hero.
Yes.
And then Stampede being such a good counter to Wisp Gyro.
Yeah.
It's like, it feels like your damage from that duo is completely gone.
I guess that's what I missed. But I feel like this Gyro Wisp should have been a lot better.
They definitely should not have had this bad a game. Like, they should be, like, I think with the position that they held, they should be like 8k up right now and have taken like a lot of towers. And they should be trying to end the game before the Morphling gets too big. Rather, it's the other way around. Like, OG is the one actually controlling the map and ahead, and they have the Morphling.
I think what it is, too, is that you don't really want your Axe to be your highest net worth hero.
No.
Because essentially what this hero does is he suicides.
Yeah.
He's going to die. And every time he dies, he's giving up 600 gold. You were right, Cap. I am a fool.
I saw deep into the levels of strategy here.
You'll be analyst, and I'll be Cap.
Okay.
I'll be play-by-play now.
All right.
As Topson. Just going to push out top wave. You have to admit when you're wrong, Cap. Because I was so wrong. Apparently. I believe in IG.
Can't you just put the blame on IG? That's what most analysts do.
Nah.
They're like, I was right, but the team played it wrong, so
I mean,
that's why I ended up being
I think it's a 50-50. Because Seb's hero is actually really good this game.
Yeah.
He's had a pretty... He just kind of presses his ult button and everyone runs around in a circle.
Yeah. It also feels unfortunate, like, again, that Axe, he got such a big net worth, but then a level 3 Centaur goes into his lane, but he can't really threaten that hero.
Yeah.
Right? And he can't really threaten Pugna. And then gets countered if he doesn't go on the Pugna.
They lost their mid tower so late, and they still have their tier 1 top.
Yeah.
So they just have more areas to play on the map. I feel like IG was way too passive in this game.
Did XXS, like, how did they get that mid tower?
I don't know.
Just backdoor it or something?
I'm assuming it was at one hit.
Yeah.
So it's pretty inevitable. But that'll open up a little bit more of the map for them and make it a tad easier for them to play.
Okay, but we do have some big changes coming in for IG.
Yes, sir.
We've got the level 15 Wisp very soon. That gives the Aghanim Scepter to the Gyrocopter, which means a very big increase in damage, especially if he gets his next item.
Oh, the smoke's going to break instantly.
XXS.
You are so dead, dude.
He's so surrounded. They find him in the little alleyway.
I like that TP attempt. Optimism is the flavor of life.
Well, they found their pick off, apparently. OG were just gifted that one.
Man.
But now is that awkward part where it's like there's only one objective for you to really take off of a pickoff?
Yeah.
It's like you're winning too hard too early. And then you're like, I don't know what to do now.
You're winning too much. What a problem to have.
Like, guys, we already took Roshan. We already took most of the tier 2s. Like,
guys, we're just too good at this too. We're doing too much right now. Seb's going to have an Ags too. This guy's 2-1-7. Absolutely beasting it. Flexing it on the haters.
Got his 75 damage. That 15% return strength damage, that is a trap.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's not that much.
Everyone thinks to themselves, like, yeah, and then I'll get the aura at level 25 as well, and that return aura is going to look real good. No, it never.
It's a bait.
Does. It never looks good.
I don't play Centaur, so.
I have never seen the return aura
Dude,
look
his
good, and
talents
I've
look
never, ever seen that 50% look good.
His talents look terrible.
Yes.
10% magic res?
Yeah, it's not good.
75 damage?
Like, the level 21's kind of okay when you get an extra 300 double edge damage, because that's so much burst at that point.
That's an unbelievable amount. That's 700.
700 damage that you're also doing to yourself.
Oh, daddy. But.
Yes. And this for Thompson, so again, he will not have to worry about the axe initiation.
All right. I think the game is now 4K in favor of OG. They've got Ags on Centaur, which is going to be a really nice counter to win the BKB Gyro. Because the problem is the Gyro has the BKB early in this game. I guess he doesn't. There's not a lot of stunts, aside from Seb. And most of this game just comes down, again, to how Seb plays. So far, he has played very well. Him and Jerix. Jerix is... his Bedlams and his
terrorizes have been really good, yeah.
His terrorizes have been sick.
Yeah. Darkwill always feels really good against... I think it actually feels really good against Axe, even if he can pull you out of the Shadow Realm. And then it always feels good against Wisp lineups.
Yeah.
So you've just got a bunch of AoE control.
All right, now Thompson's got
what the hell
his Andis. That was my terrorize. That's how I...
That is not the noise that it makes at all. It's supposed to be spooky, not...
Tomato, tomato.
Now I know why you got scared of Captain America.
Dude, don't tell people that in public. Shut up.
You talked about that in public.
There may be people that I may or may not have a crush on that will hear that.
What I mean is, when Chris Hemsworth challenged Blitz Dota to a duel, William was slightly apprehensive about it.
As they're going to pick up the Roshan, we focus on the game.
We've got a Scotty coming in for Anna alongside that Aegis.
Oh, man.
He is super big. Got a cheese on the Pugna. Level 20's coming in, so you can get the Drain or Decrepify. I'm not sure when you get the Decrepify duration.
It's pretty good,
I was never sure. Yeah, it seems good. I'm just never sure when you get it. XXS knows there's nothing really he can do about this game besides just split push and wait for OG to make the high ground push. And then hope that OG makes a mistake, allows IG to be able to win the fight, and then take the map control back in their favor. Q will replace XXS in the split pushing authority. He's going to run down there, pick up some bounty runes, throw some wards around, maybe Fate Bolt a creep wave or something. But OG is not trying to rush things at all, nor should they. They have probably the superior carry in the late game.
this Morphling, he's going to get his butterfly. Then I'm not sure what you do. Like, this gyro has to go back for...
Do you not go shotgun builds on Morphling to try and kill Wisp?
I don't know. I think it's more reliable for him to just get tanky and take fights.
Okay. Just as long as he's able to outright click. I mean, especially since you can turn into a gyrocopter.
Yeah. I think that's the main reason, is because you turn into the Gyro Lord. Otherwise, I would agree with you. Bonk. Anna needs to chill out.
Anna blows his flat cannon shots. Oh, on the high ground.
Oh,
managed to pop the Aeon disc with Thompson.
He's got cheese. Bolstered, though. Gotta pop the bottle, and they're just gonna play around with this. There's another rocket flies in. You gotta do something about this Morphling.
Yeah, they're just chipping away at these tier 3s. Once one of them's gone, then
From the shotgun thing, too, by the way, because they have Pugna, just to Crep.
Yeah.
You're pretty good. I think there's like multiple reasons for it. You get to turn in a gyro. You have to decrep. It doesn't stack or anything like that. That'd be crazy if it stacked.
He does go the 2-second decrep.
Yeah.
And it's so long.
I feel like the life drain heal is kind of it's like a bait. Like you
think because life drain is like your most important tool that you want to increase that as much as possible.
But decrep just scales very well against physical damage dealers. Like, it'll be really good against this gyrocopter at some point. Rocket's gonna fly in, Anna's gonna get bonked. But he's gonna send one in return. But it gets stopped here.
Black Cannon shot, stopping SRF from being able to get a blink initiation anytime soon. Anna will start backing up. Most annoying thing I find about Morphling, the fact that he just has so much value in lifesteal.
Yeah.
So just with this one Morbid Mask, you can just get full HP.
You say that in eventually 100.
Eventually.
Oh,
the call.
The call.
That's just going to be an Aegis. IG have already blown their BKB. And Thompson, how did Thompson get inside here? He got telekinesis on the high ground, managed to get the Yule Scepter, dodging the missile. They still have that center ultimate to be able to get him out of danger. Anna, meanwhile, with the flat cannon shots, trying to get damage onto everybody, but Bulbaca managed to dodge a lot of it. And now Anna is low and has to back himself up. SRF has the Blink Dagger ready to go, but the call is not ready. So they can't reinitiate that fight. That was a good hold from IG.
It was. It's going to make OG think twice about that engagement. Your Morphling, the downside is, I guess without Butterfly, he doesn't hit very hard. They're not that scared of him.
Yeah.
And Thompson's positioning in that fight really scared them. They're just like, oh man, we almost just lost our Pugna there. I feel like if they're a little bit more patient in that engagement, they can take that tower, reset, just allow your Morphling to continue to hit. There's no reason for your Pugna to be in that position. But still up 7K on the side of OG at 33 minutes.
So first they held. Now if IG could get some sort of pick off with their Lina.
Yeah. So the fabled Great Wall of China, as they just hold the high ground. They're going to be really content to wait inside their base. They do have very good high ground heroes with the Axe Blade Mill. That is the thing about Axe Blade Mill, is that it doesn't really matter what point in the game it is.
Yeah.
He's going to scale when you scale.
And then it's not like the rest of their cores, like they all scale pretty well. It's not just a gyro, it's a gyro-wisp combination. And then Lina scales into this physical damage right clicker, as long as you don't go Aeon Disc Bloodstone.
Yeah. As there is a curious item choice on this Wisp, just to get a little bit more armor.
Yeah, I like that.
Picks up a Vlad's.
It'll help aggressive. I mean, it's a big damage upgrade, right? If you think about it from Flat Cannon. And his Aghanim Scepter that he's getting off of the tether, I guess. So you think, like, is IG's position just good enough? Like, at what point, how desperate do you need to be to go with the Bind Rate if you're on aggressive?
I don't think you're that desperate yet.
What's the number? 10K? 20K net worth?
I'd say like 25. And then but it's hard for him to tell. Like, I think in this game, they're not that far behind. Realistically, they're still one really good fight away from just being even.
Yeah.
At this point.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought because of the gyrocopter, he was going to go the waveform attacks targets, because I didn't think he would want to morph into his allies. I guess you could get double wards from Pugna. What else?
I think that's the main one. You could go double blast.
Jerax managed to get the catch, but it's going to be countered by the Axe Pop, the BKB from XXS. They'll blow up that Dark Willow, but now he has to try and get away from Anna. Anna's not going to be able to kill him or SRF
nice
with the
all get
BKB
out.
TP out. They all going to be able to escape. Q.
Yep, that's the BKB pop too.
All right.
They were baiting themselves, and somehow that went terribly. They just lost their Dark Willow almost instantly. Zed popped the ulti thinking that maybe there was a chance the damage reduction could save him. But it's no longer, what was it, like 75% before?
Yeah, it was a ridiculous number. Now it's only 40%. I think it was like 60%, and then it went down to 50, then 40.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Game still
rolling around, siege creep push. You know, despite the fact that they were poking at tier 3, just now realized they did not hit.
I feel like
tier 2.
IG should take this fight.
Oh, they managed to get the call. With a blade mail, they're doing a lot of damage to Anna. Managed to get the LSA on top of him with aggressive, trying to throw all that magic damage around. Anna does manage to waveform away. They're going to kill the Pugna wards as well as the siege creeps. Thompson trying to come back in, the relocate back into the top lane. They are going to go for him. Bulbika is not going to be able to make a TP. Oh, he managed to tether outside of range of the Terrorize, and now they don't have a stun, but they do have a Yule Scepter, as well as Seth being here. So, IG quickly run out of this bottom lane, hoping to be able to catch somebody, but they know everybody's gone.
IG really wanted to take that fight. They knew that there was no Dark Willow.
Yeah.
The numbers game kind of favored them, but
he does not go Butterfly. Anna, feeling like the Axe is still a problem, goes for the Satanic.
That is what allows you to fight against the Blade Mail. But they're going to wait for the next Roshan. It's going to spawn quite soon, in 1 minute. They just have to be a little bit patient about this. You see how difficult it is for IG to take him down once. If you give the refresher to, I'd imagine you give it to the Centaur. Then again, double global sick. That's
Double blast and double wards.
Yeah.
IG make the initiation. Centaur immediately throws out that ultimate. The Aeon Disc being popped. So IG just happy with the damage that they did to Thompson. XXS blowing their BKB. They can't be too happy about that one. Morphling. Anna's in deep right now. He's going to take a lot of damage on his way out. Missile. Bonk someone.
Bonked on the head. SRF. Does have the Blade Mail, but no BKB. And with the ward down, I think this is going to dissuade them from taking the fight. But another high ground held pretty successfully.
I can't believe, honestly, that OG tried that hard to do something there just because Roshan was almost up.
Yeah.
It seems silly to put yourself in a situation where IG could contest Roshan.
It's up now. And the Morphling Illusion is going to start hitting it, which will ping them towards taking it. I'd imagine that IG would want to contest this.
They were pinging down, like maybe XXS. Like the way he's been playing Lineage, just keeps on cutting down to this bottom wave and stuff. I thought they were going to head down there, but instead they go over to Roshan, which is probably a smarter gambit.
No, Roshan is definitely in play. I feel like IG should contest this, though.
Yeah, I mean, they're stepping outside of the base. I'm surprised. If you're willing to step out of the base, surely you're willing to contest Roshan.
This is going to be really problematic for them now.
Refresher shards.
It is to the Centaur. That is who I wanted to be on. Double global's nice, but... Oh. Wait, what? I thought I heard a BKB for a sec. Wait, yeah, Morphling BKB'd by accident.
Oops.
I heard BKB on the map.
He's probably trying to switch items around and then
Yeah.
fat fingered it.
His 6 second... That was his 1 second loss. Now he's down to 6.
Do we have buybacks on everybody from IG? Well, no. We don't have buybacks on hardly anybody from IG. Well, that's surprising. They have it on the Axe. And that's it. Well, they better hope they don't lose this one fight. Because the game just could be over.
OG posturing. And has almost got BKB back up. 5 seconds.
It's time to finish off the tier 3.
Indeed it is.
They've been letting that sit around for far too long.
Okay, Thompson just instantly loses his
Aeon Disc.
Aeon Disc.
It's a little rough. He shouldn't be the one to blast the tower anymore, but I'm fairly certain Ana could kill that tower easily and walk back. That's what he's going to do as a Pugna.
Dire's middle tower
Takes it, and now Shrine time, baby.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Lead builds to 12K.
Oh, I like this. Thompson doesn't need boots. He's got Blink Dagger, and he's a fast Skelly boy, so.
Has fallen.
Very spooky, man.
Seb cuts the creep wave at bottom. They don't want to actually run back and deal with this, so.
IG just continues to hold high ground.
They've got so many Yule Scepters. This Axe has to BKB every single time he blink jumps.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
Especially against people like Jarex.
Yeah.
Jarex is so fast about it. He's almost got a Hex, too. So they're finally going to poke their head out of the
Dire's
turtle
top
shell.
shrine is under attack.
They'll see nobody from OG as Roshan will be reclaimed in, what is it, 2 minutes?
Dire's top shrine
Something like
has
that.
fallen.
I wish I had JJ's thing where it says.
Yeah, the timer. Seb to the 20 strength. Which is fair enough. I don't think he's really double edging that much. Walking Horseman. They're going to be able to get the call onto the Ana while he's still in Pugna form. He does take a lot of damage, but as he turns back on the Morphling, he jumps forward. Now, Centaur with the initiation onto Bulbacut. They're going to be able to take out the Wisp instantly out of the fight. The BKB popped by Aggressive, but he can't actually put any damage in anywhere. Q on the right-hand side ends up getting caught. Nice call by SRF. Managed to get both the support as well as top of the Aeon Disc. Managed to keep the Pugna alive, and now that initiation is going to be a little bit wasted. Ana keeping himself on the front lines does manage to turn into a Gyrocopter right before he's dead. Pops the Ring of Aquila into his actual inventory. Does not have a BKB for a second life, but look at Thompson. He just comes in and instantly blows up the Gyrocopter. Quick with the buyback. Nice Yule Scepter from Jarex. Instantly hits the X. He tries to go for the initiation onto Ana. Doesn't even get the call. A Centaur stun 4-2. Managed to lock both the carries down. Jarex comes in with a big damage dealing ultimate. Will be able to help finish them up. There's no buyback from those heroes. And now it's just Axe and Lina. And another 10 seconds TP out from SRF. And so now it's just going to be the Lina. He does have buyback, but IG have already called the GG. They know they can't take this fight with all 5 heroes. There's no possible way for them to take it with their remaining 3.
That was very well done from OG. I feel like IG just had a few rough moments. That, I mean, IG, it's a little disappointing just because of how good of a start SRF had.
Right.